Is a day like today, it's a little bit different. They got to kind of shoot some hoops in the morning, come to a new place. You had get creative a little bit with your skaters out there, but does that add a little bit of energy and just a little bit something different for the guys?
Yeah, the energy was really good. I know they had a team dinner last night, and just it was organized by the players. We love to see that. They're bonding. They've been doing it all year, but it's you can tell they enjoyed each other's company. But what I like the most is when it comes to game time, they're pushing each other and feeling. There's multiple studies that in order to be successful, you have to feel safe in your environment. I think they feel safe to be who they are as people, but also feeling safe to be challenging because there's that chemistry. So this is really interesting how that team is developing right now. And today we had Steve McCarthy dressed as a defenseman because we only had 5. Zach Werenski was just a maintenance day for him. So it was a good day. The energy was right. Guys worked hard, and it was a good practice.
Nice. Do you hope Zach can play tomorrow?
Oh, for sure. But right now, I'm still waiting for the results, but I certainly hope so.
Nice.
Hey, Pascal, if you could make the schedule, would you put these trips earlier in the year for this, what you were just talking about, this bonding and getting to know each other better as a team?
Yeah, if you can get a longer trip early in the season where the guys are together and they have those activities together, if it's just going for dinner, it makes a difference. And that would be the best case scenario, having a long trip like this early in the season.
You obviously another tough one the other night where you probably felt like you deserved to win. That has to be so frustrating. And when you go back and watch those games, are you seeing just little moments where the team could be better? Or are you just seeing things, maybe some bad luck? Or
no, it's not bad luck. The mindset was right. We played the right way. We iced the puck twice. We lose a face-off, and the puck is in the back of your net. We showed it to the guys that were on the ice, and there's different plays to be made, but it's not bad luck at all. We don't rely on luck. There's puck luck that we call in our world, like sometimes the puck bounces off a shin pad and it goes in the net. Those things we don't control, but we had the control of that game, played a good game, but 2 icing that we don't need to take. If it's a 2-goal lead, I don't mind those plays.
Yeah.
1-goal lead, we have to manage it differently, so it was a learning moment for us. But I have to take a look at a bigger view on all of this, and the way we press the puck, the way we manage the game, the way we track, the way we try to create offense. Just before they scored their tying goal, we have a 2-on-1 at the net, off the face-off, neutral zone. We scored that one. It's a 2-goal difference. It's a different story. So we had that chance. We had 3 breakaways in the first period. We scored on 2. We've played a real solid hockey game overall. But just twice. We don't need to ice the puck, face off, like I said. So we learned from that. It's should not happen again.
It seemed like this kind of changed in the last couple of years because the analytics of the game sometimes say take your chance on winning the face-off and go ahead and shoot for that empty net. It never used to be that way. It used to be seen as, I guess, somewhat more of a selfish play. So you're trying to find the middle ground there?
So I'll be very honest with you. I rely on the analytics for a lot of things. I just know the final score of that game. And the analytics wouldn't support that. I think, and I've been thinking this my whole career and speaking to a lot of coaches from my experience in the NHL, the 1-goal lead against the team, especially, so there's a few components here. If you're really, really strong on the face-offs and you're winning 70% or more of your face-off, you can kind of take that chance, but it wasn't the case. Boone was good that night, but that's one face-off. The puck rolls above his head, and Andrew Kopp, the other centerman, they get it back. Patrick Kane does what he does. Perfect. We call it a rebound shot. He's not shooting to score. He's shooting for the guy in front of the net. Perfect execution. Hats off. But we had the chance to not ice the puck. If you're under extreme pressure and you need to get the puck out, yes, you can ice it. That's different. But we weren't. And we still tried. So I don't think our guys are selfish. I wouldn't say that at all. But we addressed it today, and it should not happen again.
I just got one more for you. I see Glenn working, but we have time for one more.
Yeah,
Okay,
we do.
good. You've coached in the AHL, you've coached in the NHL, you've obviously got a lot of AHL guys up here, and those are guys who are probably used to playing 20 minutes a game in the AHL and filling a certain role, and then they come up here and they're maybe playing 10 or 12, and it's a little bit of a different role. How do you try to make those guys comfortable, and is that a big transition for those guys when they have to do something a little bit differently than maybe what they're used to?
So I'd say 99% of the players, they have to go through that process. And the ones that stick, they understand how to adjust their games. This is part of the process. The Fantilli of this world and the young guys that don't have to go through the American League, that's different, but it's really rare. Most kids, young men at that age, they have to go through the AHL, and it's the right thing to do and earn their call up. Once they're being called up, they most likely won't play in the same role, and the guys that have a chance, that establish themselves, are the ones that are adjusting. And we want to see that too. We want to see, is he playing the same style, or is he adjusting? Is he trying to manage the game? So we play the same kind of system, so that should be an issue. I'm thinking about a guy like Ben Sherratt. Okay, he plays in Detroit. He's a defenseman for Detroit. He's a veteran now. I had him in Winnipeg. I worked with Benny for quite some years. And this guy started in the East Coast. Played in the East Coast, plays in the American League, played in the NHL, played in St. John's, our farm team in St. John's back then, and then he came to the NHL, never looked back. But every step of the way, he was able. He was more of an offensive guy or creating offense, and then he had to become a two-way kind of defenseman, focus on his defense, and now he's a top-pairing defenseman in the NHL.
Yeah.
And he's just adjusted his way up. And that's what they need to do. So part of our evaluation is not only how they manage the puck or the system, it's how they manage themselves. And are they able to adjust what they're doing in order to be successful at the NHL level? And their talent will always be seen at some point, but first it's how to manage their... So that's something we talk to the players about. That's something I every time when the years I was coaching in the American League, I would talk to the players that when he's being called up, I say, hey, you might play 8 minutes. You're used to play 20 minutes. Make it count. Your 8 minutes, make it count. If the coach doesn't see you on the ice, you're doing something wrong. He needs to see. You have to do something, whether it's a hit, it's a shot, it's a track, it's a stick battle, it's running your routes. You have to make it count. And from there, you get your 8. You earn the call-up. You earn to play in the NHL. Now, if you got 8 minutes, you got to earn your 10 minutes. Then you got to earn your 15 minutes, and then we'll see what's going to happen. So it's a process, and it's part of the growing part of becoming an NHL player.
Right.